Welcome back, everybody. It is your... Are you good? Welcome back, everybody. My voice cracked. Welcome back, everybody. It is your favorite apostates. I, of course, am McKay.
I'm Jordan.
And we are back with another one today. Before that, do we have any announcements?
No.
Other than we announced our drop on Monday about the new stickers for...
And keychains.
Happy Brain Collective. Yeah, get the keychains. A lot of you on Instagram were like, yeah, do the keychains. And
we
we've
got
only
'em.
shipped 3 so far. So
Boo.
please come through. They're limited for now, 250. So please go and buy those up and you'll get a cute little package from us.
I don't want to keep like 30 of them, so thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to it today. We are back on our little Mormon vlogger warpath. Today we're going to be taking a look at Yahweh vlogs. I'm unsure of where the name comes from.
And let me just address this right now, because before somebody comments it, for the love of God, again, people are like, you take so long to intro your reaction videos. And I'm like, our video isn't just solely the reaction video. Like, we're going to have some conversations about who the people are, why they're problematic, what we know about them, how we feel. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I ate today. What the fuck ever. I don't like, oh my God, you guys, we get so many comments about this. And I'm like, I don't like, if you just want to watch us react to the video, like maybe
Why?
I'll just start putting timestamps and you can just skip straight to that part. But like, this isn't an intro to the reaction video. Like, this is just us talking. And then eventually we'll get to the reaction video. If you want to call that an intro, whatever. But
Jordan's feeling spicy.
I'm feeling spicy because we keep getting comments like this. And I swear to God, you guys, if it's that fucking irritating for you, don't watch it. Like, this is, let me break this down for you. It's really, really simple. If you don't like it, go watch something else. Like, there is a whole plethora of things at your fingertips. Hundreds of thousands, millions
Our
of things on
viewership.
YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever your thing. Go watch that instead. Like, really, if we're that bothersome to you.
Or start your own reaction
And
channel.
we'll come give you constructive criticism. Like, seriously, people.
Probably not, because we don't really watch a lot of YouTube.
And then somebody bitched about I'm sure somebody will bitch about likes. And I'm just, you guys.
Yeah, this is
We're
how I
humans.
speak. I can't change this.
Like, if we're having a conversation here and we're
And
not.
I'm not going to edit for 2 extra hours just to get the ums and the literallys and the likes.
No. This is just
Sorry.
a conversation between two people. This is how we talk. If you were on a YouTube video, you would probably say like literally a bunch as well.
We're not like public speaking majors or anything like that. We're just
two
goobers
on the internet, like
checking
relax.
out videos. Yeah, and talking about Mormonism and how it sucks.
Like, I will gladly take constructive criticism
Purity culture.
when it's
But that's not
something
very-
valid. This is just stupid.
It's a little much, folks.
Okay.
Anyway.
Rant over.
If you're still with us, if we didn't piss you off, we're going to get this video going and we're going to react to it.
I don't care if I hurt your feelings.
So I previewed this video a little bit, and I've made the executive decision that I'm going to be cutting out the mommy vlogger fluff because it's just more faces to blur out. So you will be missing part of this video just because it's irrelevant.
Also, we know nothing about these people other than they're Mormon.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so somebody commented on it last video, but I was already planning on having us do this video because the other day I go onto YouTube and I search Mormon family vloggers, and the first video that came up was a research video that I was doing. I think it was at an 8-passenger video, and then the second one was this one, which is entitled "If Our Daughter Liked Girls," in all caps, question mark, LDS vloggers' thoughts on LGBTQ community.
So already we've got a super clickbaity title.
Yeah, they're like, what? LDS, the Mormons have thoughts on the LGBTQ community. Okay, well, let's see what this is about. So, so I've seen a little bit of this video. I'm trying to give you a genuine reaction, but I didn't really listen to the context or what the guy was saying.
So we'll be scrubbing. Just suck it up.
Anyway, let's get on to it.
What are our thoughts about the LGBTQ community?
Usually when you say it that slowly,
on today's video, what our reaction would be if one of our kids came to us to talk
Unless
to
you're
us
being
about
really careful.
maybe they like the same gender.
Oh my god, this is the worst intro.
Yikes. Some branches here.
Right.
Oh, some Relief Society decorations.
Oh, return with honor. Wait, was that a countdown clock
Yeah, looks like it.
to their dictionary?
Pumpkins.
It's Christmas time. They got their
Frozen
pumpkins on.
windshield?
Yeah,
I'm
maturation.
confused.
This videography is like they took a, and I really don't have any room to talk, but it's like a rec center class on how to shoot
LOL.
B-roll or something like that. Okay,
The
anyway.
video go out a few days ago, and we had a ton of comments on there about one thing that Sarah said, and that was the question when she asks Savannah if she likes boys yet. And that question has piqued a lot of other questions, and even some critiquing from people as to why she would ask if she just likes a boy and not a girl. And so we have decided.
Why are we like asking people if they have like children if they have romantic interests?
Unless she's like 16.
I don't know. I thought this sounded like a little girl or one of their girls asking one of their younger girls.
I agree that might be an inappropriate question for a young child. I do see I'm sure it's the same crowd of people that would agree that it's putting heteronormative expectations onto these girls.
Which is
We are going to address that question on today's video. The question is, what are our thoughts about the LGBTQ community? That's
I like how that was the first
answered.
part.
This is a question that's
already
quite
back to
complex, actually, because it's like there's a lot of people that think one direction, and then there's the other, the same.
Wow, this guy is being
person would think
so
completely
careful.
Here's my thought, though. This isn't a complex question. And this is what Mormons will do in particular. And this isn't just something that Mormons do, but Mormons are especially good at it, is they'll make it into like a complex issue when either you support LGBTQ people or you don't. There's two camps.
Yeah.
Which
is ironic because the Mormons are the best at limbic black and white thinking. But when it comes to issues like this, suddenly it's a complex thing.
It's a complex thing. Like, we support them, but we don't support them sinning. So basically, you can be gay, but we don't like you being gay. Like, it's the worst. Mormons are fabulous at this mental gymnastics of, well, we are kind and supportive to gay people, but then Prop 8 happened and we are actively participating in the oppression of the LGBTQ community. But whatever.
You can be gay. You can't just
act on your gay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that in the LGBTQ community, there's even different thoughts on how to answer that kind of a question. So
is there?
We're going to address that today. And it's not just going to be me.
And we're going to take 30 minutes to do it.
I think we'll take this opportunity to talk with our kids about it as well. Sarah's sister is getting...
If they have that, I'm
she
not
got
going
back
to
from
show
a
that,
mission
by
this
the way.
week. And she gets the opportunity to speak in sacrament meeting in church. And so we're going to go and support her for
I did that.
today. Sunday attire. Everybody's getting ready.
You didn't get back from a mission and then speak
Well,
in
not
church.
get back from mission, but I have talked in church many times.
Let me just a little bit of a Mormon culture factoid. When you go on a mission, it's like basically the whole point. when you leave is like to make it about you. Like the sacrament meeting, basically you speak the sacrament meeting before you leave, and you're like a keynote speaker basically. And then when you come home, like everybody comes to your ward so they can hear you speak about your missionary experience and everything like that. So it's kind of like a big deal.
It is a big deal.
So,
and we're up a few hours earlier than normal. Anyway, my first thought, I guess, would be that
it looks dark outside. That sounds like a
since it's
terrible
Sunday,
time to work
and
up.
since our focus
like a
is
church.
very heavily on Christ and his atonement for us, is
Okay.
that Christ taught us to love everyone. And that's what we should be doing, right?
There's this kid
Damn that
with
kid in
clothes.
the background. Jeez.
What is going? Okay, what
More
is happening
B-roll.
with these nails right now, honey?
I'm gonna blur this whole shit.
Okay.
So
Okay, now we're
the
back.
question in my mind is why is it such a controversial issue? And then when I think about it more and more, I think it's so controversial because I think that people who are in the community are looked at as different. Like physically, are we
Okay.
any different?
No.
Like they come from all over the world, right? And it's not specific to one area or one culture. And you can't
Where are we
physically
going?
see from the outside typically the difference.
Okay,
Typically? What is that
Typically,
supposed
yeah,
to
what?
mean? Oh, God.
where are we going?
I see where the insinuation is there. So,
We're all men and women. We're all born the same. We can't.
we're not all men and women necessarily. Don't make that assumption.
Might be men assigned at birth, female assigned at birth, male assigned at
Might
birth,
be,
whatever.
yeah. Gender fluid. Who cares?
Into this life the same way.
Everyone.
We all have a body. We have arms and legs.
Oh, we were all born. Wow.
We have a body. Did you know that?
Do you have a body?
I do. We have arms and legs. Are you sure?
Oh, I do.
Hands and feet. All of
is
us
this
Oh, and
one of
feet.
are the
the?
same.
So what's the controversial issue? So
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna do the foot reveal
Okay.
yet. I don't want to be on.
I'm sorry.
Quite this soon.
I cannot. I cannot with her nails. Like, I'm looking at them. I can't stop looking at them. They look, for all my nail people out there, they look like bubble nails. Tell me.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my God, they're the ugliest nails I've ever seen. I'm sorry for anybody that likes bubble nails, but they're ugly. So people feel the same way
out.
about my nails, which is fine. But they look like bubble nails. So tell me in the comments if that's what you think they look like, because I'll have McKay throw up a picture so you can see. They're not okay, you guys.
Comment for the algae rhythm.
Algae rhythm.
Somebody commented that. Shout out to that person. Is this the one of the ladies who's related to Ruby? And everybody's saying that it's Frankie. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna call him the Frank family.
No, I don't
'cause-
think these guys are related. Bonnie and Ruby are related. They're sisters.
Oh, yeah. We need to look into her. I've never heard anything about. Or
We've
seen
watched
anything
one of her videos because
we?
DCP did a video on her where one of her fans like came to her house and she was like, "Oh my God."
I don't remember seeing that.
You don't remember that?
That's weird though. Don't
like,
go to
cried
people's
about it.
houses.
But then she puts all this shit on, like, her kid. Like, people are just stupid. Protect your kids, y'all.
Seriously.
I think for me, at least this, in terms of I think about it, not me personally, but when I look at the world, I think people who are not of that community think that
If you're a farmer missionary
straight
and you have to
people
look in the
think
mirror to tie your
that-
tie, sorry,
that-
you're
that
inferior.
People who
That's all I
think
can say.
differently or have different preferences should be the same as them. And then people in the LGBT community think that everyone who is straight should be more open-minded themselves. And so
You
it's
should
the
just be
judgmental
accepting,
piece
period.
overall about a person's individuality, and that's the thing we have to be very careful of. Like I said, being like Christ is to not judge.
Look at her nails, you guys.
They're Santa nails.
They are. Like, they're
That's
themed. Which I'm like,
bad.
okay, I can be like some
I don't
themed
know,
nails.
whatever.
But, like, the tip is so thick.
That's weird. Anyway, I was going to talk about how this kid just barged in and they didn't like wait for him to leave so that you could hear the talking that's going on. They're just
going.
vibing with it. So I understand that. Like if our son just came in here, there's like, not, you can't just be like, go get.
Because our son's
child.
gonna
We
listen.
love him. But maybe just wait until he's gone and then shoot it again.
Should I be, because I am attracted to a woman, should I be telling other people that they should not be attracted to men if it's a man? In being taught to be like Christ, we are taught to love everyone no matter what, right? How's that for tie and talking? So if we're to love...
He's wearing a cartoon tie to his daughter's homecoming.
It's a little awkward.
Not a choice I would have made, but...
If we're to love everyone no matter what, then what does it matter? What does it matter?
The hairspray
of someone's preference.
and gel.
Like how he's
Apparently
making like
it matters a lot.
noise.
Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be asking.
The most beautiful gift we've been given in this world is our differences. We are all...
Holy shit,
you
like
please
Relief
step
Society
away?
101 right there.
Can you please step away from the camera? I am not 6 years old. You do not need to talk down to me like I'm a kindergartner and step away
Jeez.
from the camera. Holy shit.
Yeah, the upward angle.
When I can see the pores on your face, you're too fucking close.
Yeah, this is 720p. That's
Oh
not
my
even that
God.
good.
different. No one in this world is the same. No one has the same eyes, hair, skin, nothing. No one in this world is the same, and that is a beautiful gift.
I don't know. There's
Okay.
8 billion people in the
We've
on the
reinstated
planet right
this
now,
point like
so-
50 times now. Nobody is
was
the
a joke, by the
same.
way.
Like, let's go. What
No.
What else do you have to say?
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of people that have, like, said and think that I've heard this statement many times. They're like, there are so many more. This is such a widespreading problem. Which, number one, that statement is terrible in itself.
A problem.
But they say,
okay. So
Well,
we've already, like, what?
Well, I think he finds a problem in saying
this
that.
is a
That's what
growing
he's saying.
problem. This is such a growing problem. There's so many more gay people now than there ever was. Right?
Gay
We're in
people?
the car, rock.
So
No, I think he's still quoting what people are saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm like, what?
He's
what?
just talking about people that are
So-
at church.
my answer to that is, and again, all of these are opinions and thoughts. And so, again, in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Because this is something that we want to be talking about more, because it's about people. And we're not talking about cars or our preference on a house style. We're talking about
Okay, I'll hear him out on this, and then if
anyway,
it goes better than I
here
think
are
it
my two-
is, I'm
my
gonna.
two thoughts. Number one,
give
there
you
are a lot more people in
my
the world
2
now
cents on
than there were in the 60s, 70s. Number two,
Okay,
Duh.
yeah. And
Is
so
he just trying to?
if the argument is like there's more gay people now than there ever was, I'm like, it wasn't like, it was extremely like so much worse to be gay in the 60s or 70s because
Or
of the
prior.
treatment, or prior, because those people
also the
still
AIDS
exist.
epidemic.
They just weren't public about it. So this whole idea that
just-
gay people didn't exist
Yeah.
is
Well,
just
and
false.
They only existed in AIDS epidemic deaths.
Oh, yeah.
AIDS, HIV.
like we don't even like that's not even
all it
something
was.
considered when we talk about this type of
Yeah.
thing or this type of behavior. So
Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
I've known people that are gay my whole entire life. Like, I had
Please
the
don't tell me
token
he's
gay
like,
friend. Token gay friend. I have a gay friend.
I'm great with the
The
gays,
homosexuals.
The homosexuals.
Thanks, Nate.
an uncle that was gay. It's like to me it wasn't really even a big thing. Whoa.
Well,
And that's what happens when you stop at red light. There's a lot more people in the world, right? But number two, and probably even more important, is that people are a lot more open now.
yeah, so many things
talk
weren't
about.
talked about then. I mean, look how long it took people
Yeah.
to get over slavery and having black.
Let's hold up. let's maybe not take it there. Let's see if she goes for a twofer.
People in our community. That's
They're
Okay,
people.
no.
Yeah.
I thought
But-
she was
but-
gonna
but-
go for the other thing.
But let's just make clear, we're not just getting over slavery,
Yeah.
because that's not something you just get over. It's a really privileged thing to say.
We're just getting over slavery.
That's not something you get over. Sorry.
No.
people. And so it's the thoughts of people that are changing. It's not people. themselves. And so
We're
we got to
more
be very
accepting
careful.
now, I think, and
Kind of.
open-minded.
Yeah, so we have to be very careful about how we think, right, and how we judge people. So we're a lot more.
We
open.
have to be careful
So
about
let's-
how we judge people.
It wasn't he about judging people? Jeez. We have to be Christ-like. 5 minutes later, we have to be careful about how we judge people.
Because that's Christ-like behavior, you guys.
Right. Be not judged, right?
Now, and it's talked about a lot more, and it's very unfortunate. But when we were kids and before, it wasn't talked about, and so it was very shamed. It was looked at as very. If you think it's looked at now,
I like how
as
this
a
guy
negative thing,
is like
back then it was even
the
more so.
expert on being gay.
I
It
guess.
was very shamed, bro. You've never.
And it was a lot
been in
worse
that
then than it
situation.
is now. And it's like, okay, but this has a really simple solution is we just actively not oppress the LGBTQ community and we are accepting and open-minded, and that's our solution. It literally does not require so much of you. Like, it's requiring the bare ass minimum of you to do that. It is so simple.
Simple. Yeah. You're afforded so many rights. Like, as a white cishet American, like, why would you not be fighting for other people to be afforded those same rights?
Exactly.
Because you think that it takes away from your own, because that's not true.
It's not a pie.
Yeah.
And so it's becoming more and more accepted because people are talking about it more. And that's one of the biggest reasons why we are willing to address this question on our channel. And we've been talking about it for about a week now.
Congratulations.
Because it is something that is being more and more talked about. And I see some of the comments and I get feeling very irritated and aggravated. Not at the comment itself, but just at the fact that we have to keep talking about it in such a negative way. And so that's why we're addressing it in a different way.
I'm sure.
So
that
one of the other
just
big
eats
questions
you
that
up.
came up about this was, once again, it was a lot of people were triggered because of how Sarah said, "Savannah, do you like boys yet?" And so the question now is, one of the other questions that was asked was, why didn't you ask her if she likes girls?
And then they're like, oh,
They're like, aquarium.
aquarium transfer transition.
Sarah's sister and her kids just left back to go to their home in Arizona, and it was fun to have them here.
It was fun. So sad when they have
It's
to
always
leave.
sad when family has to leave and everything gets broken up.
I wish I had that kind of. I swear to God, all of our family were like, if you're watching this, sorry, it's the truth. I'm like, God, just leave already. I just want to be bad to myself.
No, but look at this. Savannah drew us this
In most
picture.
cases.
Look at us. Me and Johnny kissing, I guess, on our wedding.
Can you see it in there? 'Cause I-
They definitely would not have allowed a veil like that in the temple.
And then baby Branson, and then Lizzie and Canyon and Az and Savannah and Danielle and Allie and Branson.
Whoa.
All in that picture. Can you see it, Johnny?
Yeah. My eyes just went cross-eyed. By the way, the homecoming was awesome, and Ella's talk was awesome. And we have tired them.
Has anybody ever in the history of homecoming talks been like, oh,
That
yeah,
was a shitty talk.
They just came home from 2 years of indoctrination hardcore mode. You have to congratulate them by saying their talk was nice.
It's now. They're all going to go take a nap, and they're fighting it really hard. Okay, so that question, once again, to answer that question, pick up where we left off earlier.
How far
Why
into
didn't
this? Oh, we're
Sarah
10 minutes
ask
and
Savannah
we're
if she's
still
liking girls.
answering
Why
the question.
is it that Allie, and these are questions that we've had come up, why is it not okay for Allie to ask a girl out to a dance? Well, we never said otherwise. Like,
When
that's
we
the thing where
talk to our kids-
there's a lot of assumptions being made because we didn't say.
I wonder
it's like me
why.
saying I don't like apples, or I like apples, and everybody getting on and saying, well, why didn't you say something about oranges? Well, because I said I like apples. This has
It's not
nothing to
the
do
same
with
thing.
orange. So I guess what I'm trying to say, and
Yeah.
please don't take me wrong on this, I'm not trying to be ignorant.
Except you as a man don't have to say that you like women.
Well, and
usually
here-
in this society that we live in.
People are asking that question because you've already set the precedent that you're like, why don't you like, or why do you like boys yet? Like, you're setting that precedent that it's typical for her to like boys. So you're not setting the precedent that it's typical for her to like girls. So yeah, you kind of need to explicitly say it.
Yeah.
Trying to be a jerk. I'm trying to be completely clear and honest about it. If one of our kids comes to us, and this helps answer one of the questions, maybe I'll answer a little bit more later about what our
Later.
This chick blinks so much.
my
I don't know if it's just because the
God.
camera's so close, but
and they had decided that they wanted to talk to us about.
Oh my
you
God.
notice?
They like the same gender. We'll answer that later. We need to think about that a little bit more.
Oh my
But
God. We have to watch more.
When we have these kind of talks with our kids where we're talking about getting older or dating or
She blinks
all those
so
things,
much.
we talk to them about liking the opposite gender because that is who they are. That's what they like. We're not
Are you deciding that for them?
Are you setting the expectation that like, again, if you don't tell them any different, or if you set
Yeah.
this expectation that, you know, we're in a heterosexual relationship, you're surrounded by heterosexual relationships, there's a lot of, especially within the Mormon church, there's a lot of shit about same-sex attraction, and it's a sin. And so, yeah, you kind of need to be clear about that because the church you take her to is saying it's a sin.
Yeah.
So if you don't think it's a sin, that's something you need to be outright like,
Yeah. Well, they can't be because then they couldn't get a temple recommend.
that's true. So
Yeah.
I'm here for progressive Mormons who are like, yeah, we want our kids to be able to like the same gender and we don't think it's a big deal. But at the end of the day, you still pay tithing. You still belong to the Mormon church.
Yep.
And the Mormon church isn't going to change their stance on people who have same-sex attraction.
The only thing coming between the Mormon church and them changing that outlook is threatened legal action against the
lose
church
tax exempt status.
or losing tax exempt status or anything of that nature. So it's not going to change. Somebody in our comments on Monday's video said that they were a progressive Mormon, they're a Democrat. Great, ominously. And there's a big debate on Twitter about whether you can be an ally and be a Mormon. And if you pay money to the Mormon church, you are not an ally.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. And I'm not like gatekeeping allyship or anything like that because like
But we've heard,
I just try to do my best.
and you listen, and if you talk to people who identify as part of the LGBTQ community, you can't be like, yeah, I support you, and yeah, at the same time, I'm paying money to an organization that continues to oppress and discriminate and say just outrageously awful things
and
about
take
you.
political stances on.
And prevent you from being able to legally get married and things of that nature. Like, those two things cannot go together.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on that one.
We're not asking everybody in the world what they would do on a date. We're asking our family and we're documenting our family. And so that's why we're asking those kind of questions.
Okay, well, if you don't want to get comments on that kind of topic,
Then-
don't put it on the internet.
That's simple.
Maybe just a
If you're annoyed by it.
If we were asking all of you, we would word it differently. But because we're talking to Savannah or Danielle,
Our kids
We'd
that we
word it
know
differently
very
so we don't
That
get
brings
hate
up the question
comments.
again. So I don't think it's fair at all for people who are straight, I guess, labeled straight, to think that people who are gay should go straight.
They're
And I don't
labeled
think that
straight.
people who
I'm
are
stuck
gay
on
should
that
think
right
that
now.
Okay,
people
but
who are
he-
straight
I mean-
should ever look and explore to being gay. I don't think that's right at all. Just because you are,
You're not. Is he basically just saying, "Hey, you should just know this. You shouldn't explore to find out."
He's like, I feel like he's concentrating so hard on not saying something offensive
Seriously.
that he's just kind of like going in like weird circles because he's afraid of saying something that's going to piss off their
Yeah.
viewers.
So he'll just go in circle. This was in 2018, so it's not like when cancel culture was at its height.
So, and I mean, their opinions could have changed from this point too. Who knows?
Yeah. If they're still Mormon, then their opinions have not.
one or the other, or
Can't change my mind.
any one of the gay, straight, lesbian, all those. If you're one of those, that doesn't make you. I mean, it's uniquely you.
One
It's
of
not. It
those.
doesn't mean that your neighbor or your friend has to be the same way. And so I guess what I'm saying is, we believe that. And again, this has nothing to do with religion. This has everything to do with who we are as people. We believe that everybody has the right and responsibility and the ability to make choices for themselves. And so we, more than anything else, if you take that part out of it, we try to give our kids the opportunity to make decisions for themselves, and we do our best to support them. And so
And if
the
you're
questions,
gay, you can hang out with straight people, and
some of my
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know your name.
I thought
but
I could only
good
hang out
job.
with straight people because
No, careful, because you might catch the gay if you hang
my
out with
God.
gay people.
Oh my
Like
God.
that would, my God.
some of my
Okay.
most favorite people in the world are of this group, gay, lesbian, or whatever, because I think it's because they went through, and I feel bad in a certain sense, but I also feel good about it. They had to go through a time where they were scared of something and telling people that they were different, and so they had to come out, and they call it coming out of the closet. They had to come out and actually state that to the world or their family in fear. But once they got over that, then they can be like impeccably honest about everything else, and they can just be themselves. And it's so cool to see people just be themselves.
Okay.
And so that's why they're some of my favorite people to hang out with, because they've already gone
This
through the
is
really hard
just-
times of becoming.
This is patronizing.
it is a little bit, and I don't think he's intending it to be that
Yeah.
way, but that the verbiage is it's where it's coming off. But this is the dissonance that I have with this stuff, is because I so badly want to believe them. I want to believe that they're loving and accepting, and that they have their token gay friends that they're friends with, and I want so badly for
Yeah.
them to not to expose their children not just to heteronormative crap.
Yeah.
I want so badly to believe that. But at the end of the day, they just got back from church. Their daughter went on a mission. Presumably they're still super Mormon. And those two things just can't exist. They can't. And so it's just super disappointing, because I want it to be true. And, they might fall on the more progressive end of the spectrum as far as Mormonism goes. But if they're still paying tithing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They still believe that if a person is gay or they are not strictly heterosexual, they must be in a heterosexual relationship in order to make it to the celestial kingdom like them, or they must be celibate and they can't get to the highest bit of the celestial kingdom like them. So there's only two options.
And so the other point that I will make is, even though they might be teaching their children a little bit differently than what the church teaches, and I hear that, but at the same time, they're still taking their kids to church, and their kids attend a class where they're not present. And so
Yeah.
they're also being taught the values and the principles and the doctrine and all of those things directly from the church.
Yeah.
And so those things, if that doesn't align with them, it doesn't matter, because that's what these children are still being taught. And so they're still being exposed to it.
Yeah, well, and at one point, they're going to have to come to a bishop's interview where the bishop asks if you subscribe to any beliefs that are not in harmony with the gospel teachings. And they're going to have to be like, oh, well, what does that mean? And then he can say these things like, oh, do you support LGBTQ rights or things like that? Excuse me. And they would be like, oh, well, yeah. And then they would be denied a temple recommend.
And so I think that's
So
the whole plausible deniability thing is numero uno
gross.
within the church, right? And so it also makes me wonder if they're being this vague and the typical, we love everybody. Everybody can be
So
themselves.
it doesn't hurt their views.
Answer. So one, it doesn't hurt their views. And two, it doesn't rock the boat with the church.
Yeah. Especially, I think this one had 1.5 million views on it. Crazy.
Finding out who they are is just really neat. So the question still stands: what would we do if?
Yeah, 'cause
one
you
of our
haven't
kids came
answered
to
it.
us and said, "Hey."
Yeah. The title of the video, 14
One of our
minutes in.
daughters came to us and say, "Hey, I actually don't like boys," or one of our boys came to us and said, "Hey, I actually don't like girls." What would we do? We are having the missionaries over for dinner tonight.
Oh,
we just got up from one of our
yay.
naps. We had an Sunday afternoon nap, which I love, but it's so hard waking up and it's hard getting the kids up. And Sarah and I are going to pick up the missionaries right now, the sister missionaries, just like Branson. They come from places all over the world, and they come here to teach the gospel to people who are interested. And so Anyway, we get to Sarah and I get to work with them.
To people who
And
are
so
interested. They teach it to people
this
who
a
aren't
Mormon
interested
ad?
too. Holy
We
shit.
are going to have them over for dinner tonight. We're so excited.
I like the Deseret Book
Sarah, we better go
Calendar.
over late.
Tonight we were able to have the sister missionaries over. Sister Thompson
Oh, these
just
poor
started her
sisters.
mission this week. And you're from
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. And Sister Ronaldo, you've been out how long?
I've been out for 6 months.
Oh, that's so great. And we've loved having them here with us, and they're helping us to find.
This is a microaggression right here. She asked Sister Thompson where she's from. She didn't ask the other sister where she was from.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Oops.
ways to serve
Yikes.
others, giving us ideas of service, because they serve all day long, and they're doing the same things that Branson is doing in France, and we're so grateful to have them and to know
Shit,
them.
he went to
and
Wait,
France?
They had two missionaries out at the same time?
France is a money mission, let me tell you.
Well, at that time, it was all the same.
Well, now you'd pay
Now
big
you have
bucks
to pay big
to go to
bucks for it,
France.
yeah.
spend time with them and work with them. Thank you, sisters.
Merry Christmas! Hashtag Black World.
So we also want to give them an opportunity, because if Branson were in a home, we would hope he'd have the opportunity to share a message. That's what they came here tonight to do, is to share a message with us. But we also want to get...
Oh, God. When I was a missionary, I was always hoping so badly that I could just eat and I wouldn't have to work like they're making these sisters do.
an opportunity to share a message with you.
Hi, we're your sister missionaries of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we love Christmas season. And as missionaries, we invite you this Christmas to give us a gift.
Yeah, just give us a give, and just share what testimonies you have and what you feel is right. Enjoy the Christmas spirit.
That's easy enough, right?
Yeah.
Give as he gave, right? Is that the message?
Sheesh, this is
Yeah,
a
give
Mormon
as he gave.
ad
So
right
Christ
now.
gave so
That's what
much.
I'm like.
And we can give so much by just giving just a little, right? So maybe you can go and tell and send a text to someone really quick and just say, don't even tell them who you are, and maybe it's a family member.
This is the aspect of Mormonism that gets people.
Yep.
This is what draws people in, because from an outside perspective, like from a person who potentially knows nothing about Mormonism, knows nothing about the church, the prophets, nothing.
Yeah.
Just looking at this, it seems really wholesome. Like there are wholesome aspects of Mormonism, like just being kind, doing service. Like there are aspects of it that look really good on paper. And then
Oh, absolutely.
once you dive
Being
deep
with
into
your
it,
family forever, that sounds
sounds
awesome
great.
for a lot of people.
and so this is what gets people. And it's unfortunate because this is like a very short-sighted aspect of Mormonism. And this doesn't even touch on the problematic and harmful things that happen within this religion. And so it makes me sad that 1 million people watched this, because in any type of crappy church marketing that they do, that they spend millions of dollars on, is because it's not accurate.
It's not.
It's
Genuine-
lies. And I don't think that these people are malicious or intending to be liars or anything. It's the church. The church makes you that way because you're continuing to perpetuate what the church is.
Yeah.
And the church is awful.
Here's also the thing about this particular video. They hit it with the clickbaity title about the LGBTQ question that they've been getting. And then before they answer the question, they have missionary exposure before. So people are wanting to hear about this, and boom, you get hit with the missionaries. So I don't think that was intentional. I don't choose to believe that was intentional, but leaving the missionaries in, which is annoying that those poor missionaries had to be on camera. It's intentional at the very, like, their presence in the video is intentional, not when they came through. I'm not sure about that.
A friend, and just say, you are worth it. And just remind them of their worth, right? Something
Light
like
the
that.
world.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Light your community,
See?
light your family, and light your faith during this
Oh,
Christmas
Light the
season.
World. If you've never seen the Mormons, you probably have heard about Light the World. I'm definitely getting a Gaslight the World t-shirt.
It was a marketing campaign that the church used.
No, they do it every year now.
They do Light the World every year?
Every year now.
Okay.
They were doing
I
it
don't
when I
pay
was a
attention.
missionary, and they've been doing it. They did it as soon as last year. Where they
It's
have
really
the little
popular
vending
in Utah.
machines.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, where you can make
That's right.
donations, and people will make like big social media posts. Oh, we went down to the Light the World vending machine. Look at our performative service act. Yeah. get the hell out of our country, refugees, but here's the chicken for some kids in Ethiopia. Like, oh, okay.
I wish he was joking. I really do.
Seriously.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. Isn't this cool? Like, we get to work with missionaries just like Branson gets to work with people in France. They're all over the world. Yeah. Whenever you see missionaries with these tags on, just like Branson has, make sure.
They're probably depressed.
Some of them might not want to be there.
Just like us.
Yeah.
They're people just like us. They're just out trained.
No, they're aliens.
They're normal people. They totally are normal. But they love everyone. So just make sure you're saying hi. Give them the opportunity to meet your awesome face. So we decided, instead of just sending a message of light the world, that we were going to go light the world a little bit, which means
don't tell
do
me.
something for someone. So we decided to do what? Take some cookies to friends. And Danielle's actually going to put on the Grinch costume.
Yeah.
And
skip
do some
this?
deliveries.
Yeah,
So
skip
we
this.
decided, let me ask you, Danielle, let's get you involved in this thing. LGBTQ. What does it mean to you?
I'm not against it, but I'm also not part of them because I made the decision and I have like the feelings for that I'm attracted to guys more than
She just loves boys.
yeah, I just love boys. But I don't
No, what are your thoughts are? Like, I want to know what your thoughts are on it. Like, what?
I don't think of the people who are part of it as bad. Like, I don't think of them as different because they're just like the same as me, but they have different opinions and they have different feelings, and sometimes those feelings are things they can't really control. And so my feelings on it is just like, they're not negative feelings. They're just neutral.
So, what do we teach? What do we teach, and what do we like to
Neutral.
talk about, no matter what?
That people are worth it.
That people are worth it, right? And so it doesn't matter. It really, like, I don't know how if we can stress this enough. It really doesn't matter what your preference is. You are a human being. You are important. You are a human being, and that's really all that matters. And so let's talk about. We still need to answer what we would do if, like, Savannah came to us and say, well, wait a minute, what about liking boys? I know there's some that's been offended. I even looked at some comments just recently, and this girl said, I'm a lesbian and I'm offended by this. I'm triggered by this. Well, if I said, Savannah, do you like girls? Then someone who is straight would be offended. So,
Oh
No.
my God.
No.
Oh my God. No.
No. Because straight people aren't an oppressed group, and you don't
No.
have to come out as straight.
People are trying to push that. Yeah. You could tell that's a joke because it's literally a joke in the office.
No straight
Coming
people.
out as hetero.
Yeah, no straight people have to come out of the closet. That's not a
No.
thing. There's a reason they're different, and you trying to say that they're like, oh, it would be the same thing.
Well,
Like,
if it's this, then other people are that, and if it's that, then other people.
That's
are
a
this.
cop-out.
Yeah, that's extremely cop out. Like,
really, let's just stop being offended and let's start looking at it for what it is, which is really, like, we're experiencing.
I really wanted to like you. I really did. I really wanted to be like, okay, maybe these people aren't toxic, but now your shit's like coming up,
yeah,
bubbling up, and I'm seeing it a little
now that
bit.
you're finally, maybe people have clicked away. You're at 19-minute mark.
Our relationship
Stop
with
being
our
offended.
kids specific to who they are.
Okay,
you who
straight,
posted
white,
that
hetero
and said,
guy.
I'm a lesbian and I'm triggered by this. My question to you would be completely different. I would ask you something completely different. We would have a completely different conversation, at least in terms of what that was. But it wouldn't change your worth. It wouldn't change your value. It wouldn't change my feelings for you.
Isn't
And
that
it wouldn't
convenient?
change any of those things. Let me just tell you what we judge by, just so you know. We teach our family and we work ourselves to judge by what, Sarah? By color of skin?
No.
By what?
We judge by whether someone treats us well or if they treat us horribly. It's the kind of person that you are. And it's not the kind of person that you look like. It's not the kind of person that you sound like. It's not the kind of clothes you wear.
Oh my
That's
God.
not what we judge off of either. If you come and kick us in the face, we're going to say, hey, you're a
What?
jerk. That's what we...
Okay,
What?
what does that have to do with anything? Like, her analogies are
Just
like
hyperbole. It's-
so weird. Like,
cares?
this is not even in the same realm.
judge by. If you come and give us a hug, that's a great person, and
Okay, people who
we love
hug you
them.
aren't
So
necessarily
it's
great
all
people.
based on what kind of a person you are. And if we don't agree on something, it doesn't mean that we would hate you. If I like pizza and you like...
It doesn't mean that we would, but
the
maybe.
analogies.
This is like, is she a primary teacher? Like, she's.
Oh my-
Oh my
seriously.
gosh.
lasagna or lettuce, I wouldn't hate you for that. And I would hope you wouldn't hate me for that.
Yeah, and so another thing that this kind of brings up a little bit is the LGBTQ community. They call it, like we call it as community, but it's really not a community separate from any other community that we are as a people. We have to be very careful not to judge that as a separate entity from people. It's just not. What Sarah's saying is we judge by your character.
No one's
not
saying
by your color,
that.
your skin or your preference or any of those things. It's by your character.
We're not saying they're an
if your
alien
character
group.
is such that you're out taking advantage of people and being a jerk to people and robbing and stealing and doing all these different things. We judge by your character at that moment. That doesn't mean that you can't change. And that doesn't mean that judgment would change, at least from my idea. But we judge from character. So character has nothing to do with your preference. Nothing. Zero. There are some incredible people in this world, and their preference.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's my thought at this point. We're like so far into this video, and we don't we're trying to shorten our videos because some people bitch about we go long, whatever. I don't give a shit. So here's the thing. He's so far beating around the bush at this point that I'm like, you know what your answer is, and you know people aren't going to like it, and so you're going to do all of this beautiful little dancing around the issue because you can't just say it.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a complex issue.
It could have been a 5-minute video.
Literally.
Yeah. We support the LGBTQ community, and if our daughter came out as
gay or pansexual or
whatever,
transgender, or it doesn't matter, we would be supportive and loving.
Literally, that takes
and it would change nothing
30 seconds,
about how we feel about her. It would literally not even 5 minutes. It would be that simple.
Is completely different than mine or somebody else's, and it's okay. It's all about how you treat other people. So when I see people marching very respectfully and trying to get attention in the LGBT community, I have high respect for that. But when
that's different than most Mormons.
And I shouldn't say them, any community or anybody who's doing something to try to get attention, they're breaking stuff or whatever, I'm immediately like, come on, guys.
Okay, is the LGBTQ community doing that? Because you live in Utah.
If they were, it wouldn't matter.
Privilege point, first of all.
Yeah, just because it's not the way that you want somebody to protest doesn't mean that it's not valid.
And maybe it wouldn't be necessary if people were listening. So you continually benefit by the way the system is right now, just like we do. So I don't think you can really say anything about it.
Yeah. Maybe keep that one to yourself, friend.
I might be getting into this too deep. You really probably wanted just to hear the answer.
Dude, you are fucking razor thin right now. There's nothing deep about this.
Of what we would do if Savannah or one of our daughters asked, or if one of our sons asked, well, what about if I have these kinds of feelings? What would we do? That's the big questions. A lot of people think just because we are of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that we have a certain opinion, and that's just being very judgmental, and we have to be careful of that.
No, it's because you are required to have a certain opinion.
What do you say when they ask you that temple recommend question, eh?
Yeah. I'll go into that a little more when
we have, that's, that pisses me off.
I wonder where they live. I'm going to keep that in. That was funny.
You scared the crap out of me.
Oh my God, he about to shit himself. That was so funny.
Wait a second.
Wait, is that Ruby?
Okay, you have to tell me what's in these presents right here, okay? Oh my goodness.
Or the other one? I don't know. I get them both mixed up.
Look at my toes.
That's who that was, right?
Oh my goodness.
Is it cool?
That's amazing.
I think.
No, this keeps me really
8 passengers.
She ate bad food and now she's...
Super sick.
Yeah, she ate stuff this morning.
I'm going to cut that.
So back to our little conversation, guys.
Ow. He's building my hair.
Does it matter what color your skin is?
Nope.
Is it
That's not what we're
important?
talking
Oh my
about.
God, is this...
It's important to people. It's important to you. It's important. But does it matter and make a difference in your value?
In your worth, in who you are,
Nope.
and how you treat other people.
Nope.
Does it matter anyone's preference whether they like a boy or a girl?
Nope.
It doesn't. That's the whole point. So to answer the question that keeps coming up on our videos, especially about dating and all those other things.
25 minutes to to get to the point. Jesus.
What would we do if Allie came to us and said, I am interested in girls? Well, we're well past that with Allie because she's already highly interested in boys. And we're past that with Branson because he's interested in girls. What would we do if Savannah came to us and said, well, I like boys? What would we do, Savannah? Or girls, I'm sorry. What would we do? What do you think we would do?
I don't know. Maybe like talk me through it, maybe.
What do you mean talk you?
That speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything about
Like
that.
help me understand. Like I don't know. Like
It's a good question. It's a really good question.
Yeah.
Sarah and I have talked about this before. Talk about it all the time. We've just never had to deal with it. I think it's the same as if
Her blinking.
It's the same as
Oh
when
my
Branson
God.
came to us and he was interested in girls. It's the same as when Allie came to us and she was interested in boys. Same as when Danielle
I highly doubt.
Yeah.
I
was
highly doubt
interested
that.
in boys when she came to us. It's the same thing. It's no different. We would not treat them any different. We would not judge them any different. We would ask them how
We would judge them the same
amount. And we just want to make sure that they're being honest with their feelings and their intent. And so again, we are asked that all the time.
She looks at the viewfinder
The whole time.
the whole time.
That's why I can't have the stupid.
It's like a natural thing to do is
Yeah.
to look at what you look like in the thing. But holy shit, it is evident that she is
for someone
staring
who
at it
this
the
is, like,
whole
the
time.
thing, like all they do. Jeez.
Like we have ours turned off for that reason. But
Yeah.
holy crap. And she blinks so much.
And okay, somebody's probably gonna say, "Oh, you're judging how he would have reacted." Yes, because
We are.
I was a Mormon too, and Mormonism is not a religion where you can really deviate from the orthodoxy. So I can put myself in his shoes. If he truly is a card-carrying member of the church, then he has a certain set of views, and
this is
they're not
out
allowed
of
to be
line
different. This is
with
out of
the
line.
church.
Yeah. So if he truly feels this way, awesome.
Great.
But
Reconsider your
people
church.
have been excommunicated for less. So
And the answer is always going to be the same.
We are going to love our kids no matter what.
It doesn't make it. It doesn't change the fact that we're their parents, and it doesn't change the fact that they're our kids.
Why would that change them as your
We don't
children?
believe in disowning someone because of something that they believe in, or because of who they are, or because of the color of their skin.
Okay, that's great. Maybe reevaluate your church beliefs because either you have the major
sounds like
dissonance
it's not compatible.
or you're not aware that this is what your church perpetuates. But
Yeah.
like if that's really what you believe, that's fabulous. That's what we want for kids. Like it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't make a difference. You shouldn't care. Like it shouldn't be a conversation. If they're interested in boys, if they're interested in girls, if they're interested in both, if they're not interested in any, like great. But
yeah.
you can't, like, you clickbaited this whole video around Mormonism. Like, you just had the missionaries over. This is basically a Mormon ad. And then you say something that's inherently not Mormon. And so you're misleading all these people who know nothing about Mormonism, thinking that
Yeah.
this is the standard when it's not.
It's not. So it's important to remember that Mormons say, oh, we love the LGBT community. They're welcome in our church. But as they are not. As soon as this summer, the Mormon church excommunicated two Mormon members that decided to get married. They were delivered their little notices of their disciplinary hearing on the same day, and they were both excommunicated because they got married and they wanted to be who they wanted to be.
They're both nice people.
Yeah.
They both have arms and legs and feet.
And they got excommunicated by their church because they were living true to themselves.
What you're saying that you'd be okay with here
Yeah.
doesn't quite align.
So the fact that you're still Mormon makes me think that maybe this might be a little bit of a persona for online. That's just what's coming off to me. So
And
maybe just be your genuine selves. And if your viewership dies, your viewership dies. Like,
and this is
that's what it is.
the frustrating thing about this to me. If you take away anything from our video, because people are like, oh my God, you're judging people just like you didn't want to be, and all this bullshit. The main takeaway I have here is that people who are uneducated about Mormonism are going to watch this video and walk away with a premise about Mormonism that is inherently false.
Yeah.
And so this is not that I don't want anybody to think that the Mormon church is accepting or supportive of the LGBT community, because when you really dive in to that question within Mormonism, they're not.
Yeah.
And so I don't want anybody being led into Mormonism thinking that they're going to be accepted if they're a part of this community, because on the surface level you might be, and you might meet people like this family who are maybe relatively okay with it, but the prophet and the 12 aren't okay with it. Either you conform and get married to a woman or a man opposite gender, or you remain celibate and suck it up. Those are your options.
And we've made statements like that, and people are like, no, that's not what it is. Okay, then
That's
why
exactly
did
what it is.
Why did that couple get excommunicated this summer?
Because they got married.
Well, I'm not talking about like some weird thing that's happened
This year.
a while back. Literally this year, months ago. So
They're still going to church.
yeah,
They're still going. And they got excommunicated.
Yeah.
They can't participate in anything, but they're still going.
I wish they would go somewhere else, but
The Mormon church is doing itself a huge disservice.
yeah, if they would just
These are amazing people that
Buy
they're
in.
kicking out the door.
seriously, it's I don't know what they're. I mean, they would have to. They would have to admit that everything that they have is a sham,
Right?
in order for it to
And
be
that's why
compatible,
it'll never
and it's
happen.
not. It's not compatible with their beliefs, so I don't want to watch the rest of this because it's probably just
Bullshit.
5 more minutes of fluff. It's frustrating because 1.5 million people watch this, maybe not Mormon. There's probably a sizable already Mormon
Sure.
audience, but it's a missionary
Opportunity
for them to clickbait it with a hot button issue like that, and then here's the missionaries, here's what Mormonism is about, but not really. It's not true blue Mormonism, because if it were true blue Mormonism, they would be losing viewers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm sure these people are nice. I'm sure they're caring people. They obviously care about other vloggers.
Yeah.
They took cookies to other vloggers. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
nice people who care about the people around them, and that's fine.
And I'm sure they love their kids, and I hope what he said about loving their kids all the same if they came
It's
to them
true.
with this. I hope that's true, and I hope that's true of a lot of people. But I've also heard of a lot of Mormons who are not like that, who never let their children come back home again. Literally, one of the Mormon apostles said, "Oh yeah, if your LGBTQ child wants to come over for
holidays
or
I'm
something.
paraphrasing,
but that's fine, but don't let them rub off on you," basically is what he was saying. So it's not welcome in the LDS church.
It's not. And it presumably, unless they can find some way that it would be beneficial for them, it never will be.
No. So as it is, it's not salvageable. The church, just let it go.
They're in too deep.
So yeah, that's the sad little
We got a
bit
little
that we
fired
have
up
today.
in this video.
Yeah.
If you see other videos like this where it's clickbaity LDS stuff and then it's just mixed missionary opportunity, here's the thing about that. I've seen a Jordan Page video where the whole focus was on Mormonism. They spent the whole time talking about it, and they prefaced that in the video. And that, I'm like, whatever. If you want to do that, great. That they prefaced it with, so this is going to be answering questions about LDS, and we're going to talk to missionaries and blah, 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 whatever. But that wasn't what this is about.
Yeah, no. Well, it was LD. What's the title again? In the title, it says LDS Vloggers Thoughts. I didn't know that I was going to get a visit from the sister missionaries.
Yeah. And even if you think, it wasn't that big of a deal, but that's intentional. Missionary opportunities like that are intentional.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe those missionaries saw it as an opportunity. I don't know. The one girl seemed really awkward. I felt bad for her. But her companion seemed like, oh, yeah, fired up about it. I don't know.
Because that's what they're told to do, and they do it. But that's what I don't appreciate is you took 25 freaking minutes to answer the question.
And it wasn't even a very straight question.
No. I mean, people
answer.
people bitch at us for taking a long time.
25
At least we give
minutes.
you substance. This is like, oh my god,
Yeah.
25 minutes to answer one
And
question.
this I'm even gonna be cutting lots out because there was a lot of fluff.
Fluff.
They'd like it'd like build and then cut to some
Fluff.
the kid talking about falling asleep.
I'm sure they're
during the movie.
monetized. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's for ad revenue.
for watch
but
time. So
we feel that. I get it.
anyway,
I'm
this
just gonna
was
watch
a
it.
long one. Well, a long one for us. We'll see what it ends up as.
So
After we cut everything out.
I'll keep it short. Support us on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Patreon, Etsy.
Our patrons are awesome.
We have awesome patrons.
Happy Brain Collective. Check it out.
Everything's linked in the description below. We appreciate you supporting us. And
Yeah, we love each and every one of you. You're awesome if you made it this far. If you got mad at us for saying that
I started kind of
that we-
spicy,
we
so if
started
you're
a little
still
spicy,
here.
So thank you. Yeah. But other than that, thanks. And we'll see you next time.